Yeah, good morning. Myself, Srinivasan. I am from Troston. We are Troston. We are the suppliers and manufacturers of centralized air conditioning systems, kitchen ventilation systems, and residential air conditioning systems. In this project, we supplied fresh air handling units, makeup air handling units, air handling units, and fan coil units. Okay, all these systems are with chilled water flow. So the number of FAHUs in this project which we supplied is 18 numbers, and MAHU is 2 numbers, and AHU 4 numbers, and fan coil units are 478 numbers. So first, let us see about the air handling units. Okay, AHU's purpose is to recirculate the air within the building spaces and to provide through which it will be providing cooling. Okay, so in AHU, in generally we have filters, two-stage filters, pre and back filters. Then we have cooling coils. Then we have fan motors. Okay, in this project, all the fan motors which we supplied is plug fan. Okay, it is not like a belt driven, it is not like a conventional belt driven fans. These are all with plug fans which is driven through VFDs. As you can see, this is the general schematic of the AHUs. Okay, so as you can see, there is 3 sections: filter sections, then we have cooling coil section, then we have fan section. Okay, the air will enter through filter section, it will get filtered. Okay, we have 2 filters. Initially we have primary, we have pre-filter, then we have a back filter, secondary filter, then we have cooling coil, then we have fan motor. Okay, so AHUs, as I told you, AHUs purpose is to provide the cooling within the building space. So the air will drawn by the fan through the pre-filter, back filter, cooling coil, and it will be discharged through the ducts by the fan through. Then we have fresh air handling units. As I told you, AHUs and FAHUs difference is AHUs purpose is to provide the cooling, whereas FAHUs purpose is to provide treated fresh air to the building. The purpose is not only to provide cooling but to create ventilation. FAHU, here we supplied with two types of configuration. One is with enthalpy wheel and another one is with 2 wheels. One is enthalpy and another one is sensible wheel. FAHU generally consists of 2 chambers. One is supply chambers and another one is return chamber. Okay, it has pre-filter, back filter, then energy recovery wheel. It is a enthalpy wheel. The purpose of this wheel is to pre-cool the air. Okay, so generally how the wheel functions, wheel will be rotating at constant RPM, like in the range of 15 to 20 RPM. Okay, through which it is pre-cooling the air. Okay, for example, when the 40 degree, consider it is a summer condition, when the 40 degrees ambient air enters and when it passes through the wheel, this 40 degree might become in the range of 30 to 32 degrees Celsius. So in total, in this type of configuration, we have 3 motors. Okay, one is supply motor, another one is return motor, another one is enthalpy recovery wheels motor. The second type of configuration is with 2 wheel. Same single wheel is also there. One more wheel we introduced, sensible wheel. Okay, the sensible wheel's purpose is to reheat the air. Here in off coil condition, the air will be completely saturated. So in off coil condition, the RH will be always in the range of 90 to 98%. So similar like FAHU with single configuration, it has also 2 chambers, supply and return. Supply we have pre-back, then we have enthalpy wheel, then we have cooling coil, then we have sensible wheel, then we have fan motor. Okay. In this project, we used pre-filters with G4 grade. Okay. Pre-filters purpose is to capture the coarse material. And regarding this maintenance, pre-filters you can able to wash it and reuse it. Back filters, it needs to be replaced 3 months once. Okay, as I told you, pre-filters you can even clean it through water. Okay, you can able to clean it through water. Frequency of the cleaning for FAHU is 15 days once, it is mandatory. For AHU, 30 days once. Then if the pre and back filters maintained regularly, cooling coil cleaning annually once is more than enough for us. Yearly once I am saying. So the cleaning frequency of this enthalpy wheel will be in the range of 6 months. Then we have a cooling coil and drain pan. Drain pan in this project we use SS316. For FAHUs you have pre-filter, you have back filter, you have enthalpy, then we have cooling coil for FAHs. Okay, so if these 3 components are regularly maintained, yearly once is more than enough for us. Then we have fan motor. Here there only apart from cleaning the blower housing, there is no additional maintenance required for this plug fans. So in normal, in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, in UAE in general, you will run the fan at 50 Hz. But here in this project, these plug fans, it is capable to run even more than 50 hertz. So these fans were selected with certain operating frequency. For example, 50 hertz, 53 hertz, 55 hertz. In certain units, it might have selected for 47 hertz, something like that also. You understand, right? So you need to ensure that the frequency of the fan is in line with the design condition. Okay, it will be, the frequency will be either indicated in our selection sheet or else in the unit nameplate itself. Okay. And whenever you are operating the fans, you need to ensure that the rated current of the motor is not exceeding its running amps. Okay. For example, if the motor capacity is 5.5 kilowatt, the rated amps might have been in the range of 11 amps. You need to ensure it should not exceed 11 amps at any cost. Okay. So if in case it is exceeding either the frequency, you need to cross verify the frequency whether it is exceeding its design limit, or else you need to check the, yeah, like no, amps you are checking, but if it is exceeding, there are two causes. Okay, one, if the load of the fan motor is more, then it will exceed its, okay, rated amps. The second is frequency. You need to check the frequency. This is AHU. Okay, it has two-stage filters, pre and back. If you remove this channel, then the filters can be slided and removed. Okay, then we have a cooling coil. Okay, then we have a UV lamp. Then we have a fan motor. Okay, these fan motor which we supplied for this AHU is EC fan motor, electronically commutator fan motor. Okay, the purpose is to provide high efficiency, redundancy and noise reduction. Okay, these fans were selected for certain control voltage. You need to ensure the fan is running at exactly same control voltage. It should not exceed the control voltage. If it is a 7.4, it should be run at 7.4. If in case you are running at 10 volt, what happen? Then water carryover issue might happen. Airflow will be more. Water carryover, airflow, noise will increase. So you need to ensure that same control voltage has been maintained. In hand mode, it can be modulated through potentiometer, which is in your control panel. In auto mode, I think they have a provision for BMS through which you can able to modulate it. So pre-filter, as I told you, it can be removed by removing the channel. This pre-filters you can able to wash it and reuse it. Back filters, it needs to be replaced. Yeah, for AHU 6 months once, for FAHU 3 to 4 months once. Frequency might vary according to the pre-filter maintenance condition. Cooling coil, if the filters were maintained regularly, yearly once is more than enough for us. For EC fan motor, we don't have any maintenance. Okay, no maintenance required. Only this blower housing needs to be cleaned as and when required. Okay, and this cabling tightness needs to be checked as and when required. Okay, this one is air handling unit. Okay, it has two-stage filters, pre and back. Then it has cooling coil. Then it has UV lamp in it. Then upon that you have fan motor. Fan motors are EC fans, which is installed. 4 fan motors were installed. It is a fan array configuration. Okay, initially we have pre-filter, then back filter. Pre-filters can be cleaned and reused. Back filters, it needs to be replaced 6 months once for AHU. Cooling coil, if the filters were regularly maintained, yearly once it can be cleaned. UV lamp, 6 months once it needs to be replaced. The frequency is 6 months once, maximum 6 months once it needs to be replaced. Then fan motor, as I told you, there is no maintenance for fan motor. Only the cleaning of the housing needs to be done and the termination of the cabling needs to be checked, and if required, it needs to be loose contact needs to be prevented. Okay. This is fresh air handling unit. As you can see, it has 2 sections. One is supply section and another one is return section. Okay, supply section is the one where the fresh air get entered, and similar like AHU, it has 2-stage filters. Okay, pre and back. Okay, primary will be pre and secondary will be back. Okay, then you have enthalpy wheel. Okay, enthalpy wheel purpose is to pre-cool the air. Through pre-cooling, we are reducing the cooling coil load. Okay, then we have a cooling coil. Okay. Then we have a sensible wheel. Sensible wheel purpose is to reheat the air. Okay, through reheating we are maintaining the relative humidity. Okay, then we have a fan motor. Okay, in return side, as I told you, we have 1 filters, pre-filter. Then we have a sensible wheel suction. Then it is a plenum. Then it is a enthalpy wheel suction. Then we have a fan motor. Okay, the fan motor will extract the air from the return side and throw into the ambient space. This is the operation. Regarding this maintenance, pre-filters, as I told you, it should be cleaned. For FAHU, 15 days once, the condition needs to be checked and cleaned. Okay, back filters 3 months once, it needs to be replaced. Sensible enthalpy wheel, as I told you, if the filters were regularly maintained, 6 months once is more than enough. So for cleaning methodology, this wheel needs to be vacuumed. Okay, no pressure washer, no air pump, nothing. It needs to be vacuumed. Okay, the wheel needs to be vacuumed. Okay, then we this wheel's belt also tension needs to be checked and appropriately maintained. This is the wheel belt.
So this needs to be tensioned. As I told you, it can be twisted and it can be tensioned. Okay. Cooling coil, yearly once for FAH is more than enough. Why? Because we have 3 primary components like filters, 2 filters, enthalpy wheel, then only we have cooling coil. Okay. So if the filters and wheel were maintained regularly, yearly once it is more than enough for us. Okay. Then we have the sensible wheel. Then we have a sensible wheel also similar like enthalpy wheel, it needs to be vacuumed. Okay. Then we have a fan motor, yearly once or 2 years once, bearing condition needs to be checked. If there is no any abnormal noise is there, then it needs to be replaced. Okay. So, and one more thing, these FAHU's operating hertz will be indicated either in the nameplate or else in the selection. You need to ensure it should not exceed its design hertz. For example, if it is designed for 40 hertz, it should run at 40 hertz. It should not exceed its 40 hertz designed parameter. Okay.